All right, guys, I'm going to do a quick gameplay, quick look at gameplay. I'm going to have Arizona versus Atlanta. I'm not going to play a full game. I'm just going to run through to show you guys how the gameplay looks. These are not the real cards. These are just ones I printed out from my home computer, and the real cards are pretty sturdy stock. They're definitely thicker than like a Stratomatic, and they're decent size. They're 3 2/3 inches, 3 2/3 inches wide by 4 1/4 tall. So they're pretty big cards. I tried to make them easy to read before we get into the game. Excuse me, I'm a little bit sick. I have some videos up on this page previously, but I streamlined the game mechanics. So the same game mechanics, but I just had to get under the hood a little bit and adjust things to get the game time down, because the game time was over an hour and a half. So same game mechanics, just fine-tuned a few things, and I'm actually glad it happened because this runs so much more smoothly than the previous iteration, but that's why we gameplay now. I don't have the full out chart. This is just printed off from the computer, but I'll show you guys how it works, and it's pretty simple and straightforward. And some of the things are at the printer right now, but I don't have all the charts in front of me, so we're just going to kind of do a little bit of gameplay. So basically, our starting pitchers are going to be Charlie Morton for Atlanta and Zach Gallen for Gallon, however you pronounce it, for Arizona. Sorry, I'm not an Arizona fan, so don't hate on me. So those are our starting pitchers, Zach Gallen and Charlie Morton. I didn't want to pick the best of the best on the team. I wanted a little bit more average starter or second-tier starter. Now, when we roll, it's the first thing we're going to look at. There's two charts and 2 dice rolls. This is a little bit different from other games because we have 2 dice rolls per at-bat. You're going to have the eye, which is going to be the first chart on each side. And I'll pull this a little bit closer. You can see the eye for Charlie Morton. And it goes from 001 all the way to 500. We're going to be rolling 3 10-sided dice to get a number between 1 and 1,000. And then the other numbers on the eye chart are going to be on the batter between 500 and 1,000. And the same thing goes, we have a secondary chart for the ball in play, and the numbers go between 1 and 500 on the pitcher ball in play chart, and on the batter between 500 to 1,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll initially, and I got my dice here. We got red, white, and blue. My scorecard, you probably can't see it too well. We'll pull this over a little bit. And scorecard doesn't matter because we're not playing a full game, but we'll just get right into things, nuts and bolts. We'll read the dice, red, white, and blue. Red, white, blue, 685. So we're going to look at the eye chart, okay? Basically the eye or command chart to see if there's a walk or a strikeout or hit by pitch, or if the ball is put in play. On the eye chart, you also have the chance for possible injury on the play. Whatever the outcome is, we would we would check the chart book and see what kind of injury there would be. Error, there's an error, basically 20 out of 500 on each presents a possibility for an error. There's a park roll where we check the ballpark, and there's a rare on each card. There's a rare on the batter and hitter. The rare, error, injury, and park are the same. Rare, error, injury, and park. You have both of those on the batter and the pitcher. The rare play, you can have things like umpire checks. You can try to overturn a play. Other different types of rare plays. So let's just dive into things. 685. So 1 to 500 on the eye chart or command chart is on the pitcher, and 500 to 1000 is on the batter. So 685 says BIP, or ball in play. So there's no walk, no strikeout. And then we go over to the ball and play chart, and we have 432. So 432 up to 500 would occur on the pitcher's chart. 432, nothing, so it's going to be an out. What we do on the out is we take the last two, the white and blue, 32, and we check the out chart. Now, let's see, we have up Corbin Carroll, who is a left-handed batter. 32 on a left-handed batter is a fly out center field. Okay? And I hope you guys can get the flow for things here really quickly. Just two charts. First, we check the eye to see if the pitcher has walked or struck out the batter or even hit the batter. And then if not, the pitcher gets a first chance to strike out or walk. The batter kind of, balances that out a little bit. And if not, then the ball is put in play. So I wanted to structure this a little bit like real baseball, not just do a 50-50. I wanted it to be the pitcher has a chance to strike out or walk the batter, and if not, the batter's savvy enough to put the ball in play. So Jake McCarthy is up next for Arizona. Red, white, blue, 943 would be a strikeout. Okay, so a strikeout for McCarthy. And you can see this is going to be a pretty easy roll result type of game. Now, statistically, I wanted to make this as realistic as possible. On the games that are 50-50, where 50% chance you're on the batter chart, 50% or on the batter card, 50% you're on the pitcher card. Statistically, those types of games fall apart when you have outliers. Because statistically, if you look at the math, somebody that's an outlier, like a batter like Bonds hitting over 70 home runs, even though you can stuff his card with home runs, it has to be weighted against the average pitcher of the league, of that league. So even though you can weight it, he's going to break it, right? Statistically, if you look at it, he's going to break things. And I have set things up with this. So outliers are taken we take into account the outlier. We take into account the statistics, and I'll show you how we balance those. There's no information on any of these cards to show you any of the outliers, but they're more prevalent than you think. So enough babbling. Let's get back into the game. Peterson is up, and when I get a chance, I'll show you how the outliers work. Okay, Peterson is up. Red, white, blue, 004. That's a possible error. Okay, so when you get a possible error, first we have to, because this is not a walk or a strikeout, we have to follow through on the balls and play chart. Okay, and we have 784 for Peterson. Ball and play. That would be an infield single. So I'm not going to check right now because I'm just trying to run through gameplay a little bit briefly. But that would be a chance for an error after the infield single. Okay? So what would happen is we would check to see which fielder was involved on the play. And basically, with a hit and the chance of an additional error, you roll, and if it's a 1, and it is, that would be an error on the fielder. What would happen would be, some case where there was a slow roller to third, and maybe he flubbed it or overthrew it, overthrew the ball, and we'll just write that in because it was an error. And managed to get the second, but they ruled he would have got the first either way. That type of situation. So an error right away out of the gate. When it is a hit in the game, you will roll a six-sided dice. Only when there is a 1 is there a chance for an error, okay? So I didn't even do the proper error check like a fool. I just kind of wrote it in for fun, but Riley is a C, and a C would have been an additional 24% chance of an error. So basically, it would have been like a 1 in 75 chance, and he would have got the error anyway, even though I forgot to do the check. Just kind of trying to rush through things a little bit. So Marte is up. When it is not a hit and you get an error check, and it's an out, there's automatically a check every time. It's only when there's a hit do you get an error check, only 1 in 6, because the prevalency of errors on hits isn't quite as great, if that makes sense. So Marte, red, white, blue, 482. Ball and play, BIP. And we have Marte and Morton. Red, white, blue, 805. Ball and play. A single, okay? So I'm not going to check the runner advancement chart just to kind of speed things along. We'll assume he scores from second. And I do have the runner advancement chart over here, but I'm just going to try to speed things up a little bit because I'm babbling. Eugenio Suarez, red, white, blue, 774. That is a walk. Okay. So, not a great start for Morton. The fatigue, I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but each pitcher has a fatigue number right here. Morton is a 19. So for every single or inning, okay, so Morton came in. This is his first inning. He's down to 18. For every single walk or earned run or inning, they lose a fatigue point. So Morton has already lost 3 additional fatigue points. It's already down to 15. And that's how we handle fatigue in the game. When they hit 0, we have a penalty. And we have runners on first and second for Christian Walker. Red, white, blue, 501. And that is a ball in play. Red, white, blue, 846. Ball in play. We have another single, okay? We're just going to say Suarez goes to second. I'm just trying to save a little time again. Not chart checking, but show you guys kind of the flow of the game. This is the runner advancement chart. I made a few notes from this is a prototype, so I had to make a few notes. But this is a chart right here, and I'm just kind of breezing through things a little bit. Gurriel, red, white, blue, 643 is a ball in play. And we have 431. And 431 on the pitcher chart. The last result is an infield single here at 184. So between 184 and 500 would be a ball in play. An out, since there is no result. Anything between 184 and 500 would be an out. And again, with an out, we do white and blue, 31. We check the out chart. Gurriel is a righty. So righty, 31 would be a fly out left. So that is the end of the first. Arizona has a run. And now we're going to look at Atlanta. We have Zach Guyan. All right. Austin Riley is up. Red, white, blue, 471. That is a ball in play. And red, white, blue, 682. 682 is going to be an out. And again, we take the last two, the white and blue. 82 on a righty would be ground out shortstop. One gone. Michael Harris, excuse the dogs, they're upstairs and excited. It's baseball season. Michael Harris, 780. All right, 780 on the eye chart or command chart is ball in play. And we go 473 for the ball in play. And that is an out. So again, on the out, we take the last two numbers that we rolled. We set aside the red, and we do 73. 73 for a left-handed batter is right here, and that is a ground out second base. So 2 outs for Harris. And I do have a more advanced out chart for those that want something a little bit more advanced. And I had showed that in a previous video. Matt Olson is up. Red, white, blue, 774. Oh, walk. You can see on Matt's chart that a 773 would have been a ball in play, but Matt squeaked out a walk. And excuse my scoring system, it's just the Yankee scoring system I've been using since a kid. It's just a scoring system I made up, probably pretty similar to the way everybody else scores. All right, Ozuna, red, white, blue, 072, and that is a strikeout. Okay, I should just put a K down here to be consistent. And we got 3 outs. So, let me just shuffle this over. Ozuna to the bottom. So Guyan, when it comes to, or Gallon, I'm going to drive you guys nuts with that. His fatigue started at an 18. So he pitched 1 inning, it went to a 17. He gave up a walk, it went down to a 16. Okay. All right, let's do one more inning for fun. Charlie Morton. Or no, Gabriel Moreno, red, white, blue, 746 is a ball in play. And 710 would be an out. 10 on a righty would be a, okay, 1 to 2 is a line out to first, and 3 to 6 is a line out to second. So line out to first, and Perdomo is up. Let's see. Red, white, blue, 520. That is a ball in play. And 296. That is above the 184 on the pitcher's chart. So, on the pitcher's card. So it's going to be an out. 96. The batter swings as a switch hitter. Morton is a righty, so the batter's a lefty. 96 on lefty is ground out pitcher. 1 to 3. And let's see, Corbin Carroll is up. .467 is a ball in play. That's on the pitcher card. Again, 1 to 500 is on the pitcher card. Ball in play, red, white, blue, 289. That's above the 184, so that is going to be an out. 89 on a lefty would be a ground ball third, and that's 3 outs. So, bottom of the second, and we have the catcher up, Travis. Let's see what we got here. Red, white, blue, 383. 383 is a ball in play. And red, white, blue, 422 would be an out because it's higher than the 166. Again, we take the white and blue, 22. On a right-handed batter, that would be a fly out to left. And let's see. We have Ozzy Albies up. Red, white, blue, 190. 190, that's a walk. Okay, so this would be a good time to explain how the, I'm not going to actually steal, but you can see Albies has a steal right here of D and C. D would be his jump, and C would be his likelihood to steal. So if Albies wanted to steal, his jump would be a D. And basically, from that number, we would adjust for. I'm not going to get into that in this video. We'll do it in a later video. Zach's hold is +4, which means it's easier to get a jump off of him. So if we were to steal, then if he would get a jump, then we'd refer to the C on the chart for the chance to steal. I do have a automated base stealing system, and I'm also going to have fast action cards, which I do not have finished yet to show you, but you will be able to run the auto stealing or the automated system right off the fast action deck. And that is going to come with every game. Acuna is up. Red, white, blue, 202. And another walk. We have 3 walks for Zach. Very unusual, but that's just the way the dice roll, right? And Adam Duvall, first and second. Red, white, blue, 393 is a ball in play. Right there. 213 to 500. And 168. Just missed an infield single. That's going to be an out. So we have 68. Duvall is a right-handed hitter. A right-handed hitter, ground out shortstop. Okay. So on the out chart, we have the possibility for a double play, how runners advance, so on and so forth. We're not going to get into things right now, but we have a chance for a double play. Okay. So Zach's double play is +16. Whenever you get a chance for a double play, you start at 50%. Zach is +16, which is going to be 66. Adam is +6. That's going to be 1 to 72. So 1 to 72 on a 1 to 100 roll is a double play. It is not a double play. It's 90. So that is 6-4. Fielder's choice. So we have first and third for Urshela. Excuse my Harry Carey-esque pronunciation. All right, so red, white, blue, 905. And that is a ball in play. Now I want to show you guys something. I talked about outliers earlier. If you look at this card, instead of having a number that you could get for a walk or a hit by pitch, there's a minus. This adjustment goes off the pitcher card because he walks so infrequently that we have to make it harder off the pitcher's card. This is how I solved the 50-50 split issue. He gets so few hit by pitches, probably in this case 0, that you adjust off the pitcher's card. So if we roll a possible walk on Zach, because we're knocking off 10, it says walk 166 to 212. It would actually be a walk 166 to 202. So we reduce the likelihood of a walk because he walks so infrequently. And that's how I solve the outlier problem, which is a major issue in these types of games. So we have ball in play. I'm losing track of what I was doing because I'm babbling. 464 is going to be an out. So we have 64 on a righty. 64 on a righty is a ground out second base. So that's 3 outs. So I'm going to play one more quick inning. We'll just breeze through, and I have to eat dinner, and my wife's going to kill me if we don't eat soon. Jake McCarthy is up, red, white, blue, 754. And that is a ball in play. 332. And that is an out. That's a 32 on a lefty. And that would be a fly out center field. Okay. And we have Mr. Peterson, single last time up, 887. 887 is a strikeout. And we have Marte. If I can get my fat fingers around these paper cards. All right, Marte is up. He had a single last time as well. 428 is a ball in play. And we go to the ball in play chart, 508. 508 is, you see, the batter would be 501 to 1000. Anything lower than 794 is going to be an out on the ball in play chart. So we have 08 on a righty, and that would be a pop out to the pitcher of all things. Oops, I put the catcher in. All right. 1, 2, 3 inning, and these are the last 3 outs I'm going to show you guys, and then we'll take a break in this video. I'll do more gameplay videos a little bit later on this week when I have time. Austin Riley, 908 on the eye chart, and that is a strikeout. And we have Michael Harris. Red, white, blue, 833. That's a ball in play. And we have 601 ball in play. Because it's lower than 828, that's going to be an out. And 06 on a lefty is going to be a pop out to the shortstop. And Matt Olson. 515 ball in play. And we have red, white, blue, 055. 055 is a double. You can see on Zach's card here, the pitcher, 055 is a double. So we have our first extra base hit, Mr. Matt Olson. And now we have the cleanup hitter, Marcelo Zuna, with 39 home runs for Atlanta this year. Red, white, blue, 764 is a ball in play. And let's see what we got. Red, white, blue, 050. Believe it or not, another double. What are the odds of that? We thought we were going to get a 1, 2, 3 inning and get out of this. Atlanta ties the game with back-to-back doubles. And red, white, blue, 975. 975 is a hit by pitch. That's pretty rare. I didn't expect this. We got kind of a crazy inning going on here for the old Atlanta Braves. Things are getting a little bit sloppy out on the mound. Back-to-back doubles and a hit by pitch. We have 2 outs. Runners on first and second for Ozzie Albies. Red, white, blue, 441. Ball in play. Anytime you have a ball in play, you got a chance for a hit. Anything can happen. 243, that's going to be an out. Or excuse me, red, white, blue, 43. He's a switch hitter, so he'll be a lefty. 43 on a lefty is a flyout right field. All right, guys, there you have it. I'm going to come back later this week and finish this game. But I want to give you an example of gameplay. Let me know if you have any questions. Pre-order is available. Obviously, what you're seeing is just printed cards. I'm trying to put together the best quality I can on everything. I appreciate anybody interested in pre-ordering. The link is going to be in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for your support. Have a great evening.